Right, ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned in to the Assassin's Bakery podcast. I'm your host, JG, the Quiet Assassin.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. You're far too kind. Far too kind. Thank you. Okay. That's enough. That's enough. Thank you. Also, last but not least, we got Frenchie the Bread, my brother, the voice of reason, my brother from another. Get up.
Mm.
That's right.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Wait,
How are you, brother? And how are all of you beautiful people?
you know, hanging, man. Some days it don't be as good, but gotta take the good with the bad, and you just gotta keep going, man. Can never give up. Because as long as we breathing,
Mm-hmm.
have another shot at life to make our situation better than it was before. So, man,
Man, gotta put the rubber to the road as long as you're alive, man.
right, and being able to do this pod with you, man, that brings me a lot of joy as well. So I'm glad we
Facts.
finally we banging out another one, man.
Man, therapeutic, man. It's always good to converse with my good brother, my big brother.
Absolutely. Uh, oh yeah, like before we get into it, I want to shout out Black owned business. My brother Henry Davis, the owner of Street Hoops Association. He drafted up a cold one for me, cold one shirt. We don't have any merchandise out yet, but he kind of just brought the idea to light. He did uh, this shirt here that's in black in the center of the logo, and then he made a white shirt for me. With the logo on the pocket. So just so when we go back to big print, because they're a bigger distributor out in San Leandro, they can kind of draft out something for us for like a bigger order, because that's the kind of the direction Coleman is looking to go in. So I wanted to shout out my brother Henry Davis, man, Street Hoops Association. I'll put the link to his IG page. Um, he's more so a basketball brand. They have a tournament coming up March 13th at San Pablo Park. I don't know if there's any spots or slots available, but yeah, feel free to send them a direct message on IG. So I just wanted to go ahead and shout out a Black owned business before we continue to get into the pod. You know what I'm saying? Right on. All right, without further ado, let's get into our first topic, man.
Dive in.
The Raiders only, Trent Brown.
Mm.
So Trent
Mm.
Brown, he's been with the Raiders for the past, what is it, 2 or 3 seasons now. Uh,
2 seasons.
yeah, 2 seasons. He came into the league in 2015 as a seventh round pick by the 49ers. And he went on and played a year with the New England Patriots. Got him a Super Bowl. He signed with us in 2019. He started in all 11 games that he played in. So he showed some durability, not quite 16, but 11. That's more than half. And then last year he was plagued with injuries. He only played grand total of 5 games. Um, in 2019, we signed him to a 4-year, $66 million contract extension with 36.75 million guaranteed. So um, I think with him being hurt this past season and having about $14 million left on his contract, I guess the Raiders feel like it's better to trade him and get a little bit younger on that offensive line. Um, if we could get a second and third round pick for him, that would be great for us. I doubt we can get a first round pick. What do you think? Do you think this is something we should even consider trading him? You think we should just bite the bullet and keep him? What do you think? I think personally we can
Uh,
trade him if we can get a second or third.
well, I mean, honestly, let's. I mean, as you eloquently went over his career, but let's actually go over his career. He has suffered multiple injuries, missed multiple games, especially in the start of his career. The man has never been consistent until he got with Tom Brady and put together that one Super Bowl season. And he even limped out of there. With us, the Raiders, or with the Las Vegas Raiders, he played his first season, didn't complete a full 16 game season, got hurt down the final stretch of the final 3 games. We played well without him. This season, he missed majority of the games. He only played, what, 3 games?
5.
I believe. Maybe 5. Wow, even worse. it's it's still, you're still missing the whole 11 games. You have no product out there. You were out of shape. You caused the organization money by not following COVID protocols. Then on top of that, I'll give you a freak accident about being injured, the doctors puncturing you, or was it the doctor's fault, or was it the fact that you're about 40 pounds overweight and your lungs and your body is the same as when you took your physical? The honestly, and then for me, what the icing on the cake is too, as well, is Denzel Good, John Simpson, Denver Kirkland. Those guys came in and they played phenomenal without Richie Incognito, without Trent Brown, your superstar right tackle, which you just paid dollars for. You made it rain in the club for this guy. And now he's overweight and he's a bullet stripper. He's not the good stripper that you want. He's the bad one in the raunchy part of the hood that you don't want to be, like, you really don't want to give your tip. You throw $2 on the floor and you just walk away from that.
Yeah, exactly. But the part that like kind of like stands out to me, man, is that he's not even really that old. 27 years old, that's really not that old. But like you stated earlier, though, those injuries, man, it's just like the more injuries you sustain, the less productive you are. You know what I mean? And not only that, it's just like you're more prone to getting injured again. You know what I mean? So I don't know. They had
Uh,
it seemed like it
the
was
best way, the best
legit,
way,
but yeah, just didn't work out.
the best, the best way I can put it, and the great Lorenzo Neal said this: you can't make the club in the tub.
Yeah, that stability is availability. So hey, he hasn't been available lately. So
That is the biggest fact of them all, and he was nowhere. He's been unavailable since we acquired him. You haven't 2 seasons and you haven't put together a full season. That's bad ROI. You're getting no ROI.
11
He's
games,
stealing.
16 is not bad. But if you're a team that's planning on going to the playoffs, it's not good. But 19, we weren't in weren't going that year. But last year
I mean,
we were in the
yeah,
hunt, but he didn't play. He barely played a quarter of the season.
exactly.
Yeah, so
Exactly. We were in the hunt without.
yeah.
So why do we need you? Why do we need to pay you this money? Because you want it? No, go do that with some other team. Don't steal. And as far as what we can get back from him, as far as draft capital, if we I really feel like with Trent Brown, we have to play the politics. Mayock has to be a politician because the only way you're going to get the most out of Trent Brown is if you sell him and you shop him and you understand where you're sending him to, i.e., the Seahawks. The Seahawks right now are looking to keep Russell Wilson. They don't want Russell Wilson to leave that locker room. If you look at it right now, if they get, say they do get 3 first-round picks, the next 2 drafts aren't quarterback drafts. So when are you looking to pick a leader? You're literally going to sell your future instead of restocking your defense and making it easy and getting your franchise quarterback some help on the offensive line and some help in the running back. They're smart up there. I would try to throw, you know what? I would throw Trent Brown out. You know what? I'll give you Trent Brown. I'll give you Trent Brown and Incognito. Or no, I'll give you Trent Brown because, you know, the Seahawks aren't stupid. I'll give you a right tackle. You give me a 2nd-round pick and Shaquem Griffin.
Shaquem Griffin he a free agent though, so I don't think his contract's on the books. But him and his brother, Seattle got a lot of free agents this year, man. Chris Carson.
Or is his brother? I meant to say his brother Shaquille. Is his brother a free agent?
Yeah, both of them are. Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, we need to go after it.
Yesterday, as we were preparing for this pod. Yep. So.
Yeah, we need to go after both of them.
I think Benson Mayoa, Chris Carson, free agent. I wouldn't want Carson. No, he's pretty banged. He gets banged up every year too. But
he consistently gets hurt.
Yeah,
every year that guy has the ski mask on. He's robbing. He's stealing. There is a segment in the NFL, a segment of players in the NFL that just rob and rob. They are ski mask bandit boys, jack boys.
but I definitely agree with you though. Like that type of strategy, as far as trading him with a team that needs offensive line help, they're probably more inclined to make a good deal with you, opposed to a team like what's a team that has a pretty good offensive line, man? I was gonna say the Rams. They've gotten.
I was gonna say like the Cowboys have a good Cowboys have a good offensive line. They just need to replace a piece or two. I mean,
yeah, that's another team who could hit up because what are they gonna do with what's his name, Zach Martin? Is he a free agent?
I think Zach Martin's a free agent, but what's the left tackle? I think his name's oh gosh. He's the name is escaping me. He's one of the best in the game too. The guy is a beast, but he's just been consistently hurt the past like 3 seasons. A team like the Niners, I would do business. Like I would do business with the Niners. The Niners right now, they just lost
Tyron Smith. That's what he was talking about.
Yeah, Tyron Smith.
Is he a free agent this year?
I don't think so. I thought they might have just read him up like not too long ago. I want to say maybe like 2 or 3 years on the 5.
Yeah, I don't think Buddy's a free agent. Let's see here.
Yeah, I think he's like 2 or 3 into a 5-year deal.
Yeah, he's not a free agent. But yeah.
I mean, if we play the political game, we can get more. But that's what fears me, and I know this is for another pod, but you know, let's go around the league and look at the best GMs and compare them to what's going on in the desert out there in Vegas. I mean, to me, just a quick opinion, quick take, Mayock is gun shy and he's afraid. Do not trust him with the personnel of this franchise.
I mean, he hasn't done well drafting. To me, I mean, Farrell, Jerry's still out on him. Abrams, I'm a fan of that pick. I'm still not. I'm not so. Excuse me. I'm not sold on. I forgot his name already. The corner we drafted.
Trayvon Mullen, or
Mullen is cool. Not him.
David Arnett.
Yeah, Arnett. Yeah. I feel like bro need to get a little. I mean, not bro, but I feel like he needs to get a little bit bigger. Add a little bit more weight to his frame because I feel like he's gonna get pushed around at his current size.
Well, not only is he going to get pushed around, we've seen what's going to happen. You're going to go in there, you're going to pretend to be a tough guy, you want to be a hitter and get knocked out because you're playing against grown men.
So
these aren't 17, 18-year-old, 25-year-old, and 24-year-old men. These are grown men you playing against. You are going to get knocked out. Hands down. You can't run away from it. He did. He got knocked out 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah. So durability probably be an issue for him going down the line. But back to Trent Brown, you think? I remember we talked about this off air. You were talking about the Jaguars may be a team that we may need to get in contact with since they have a plethora of draft picks going into next month's draft with 11 picks. Think we can snag a pick off of them. They got two.
I really feel like that would be one of the most ideal landing spots.
Even they're going to draft a quarterback, so they need to make sure their offensive line is pretty solid. So,
but the one place, and we didn't get to talk about it off air, but the one place that I held close, and I looked at this team when I was doing homework last night. The New York
Jets.
If you look at it, they drafted Mekhi Becton last season.
Yes. Yep.
You bring in a veteran Trent Brown to solidify that right side.
Right.
You give us a second and a third round pick. You already have a high first round pick, which you're not going to spend on a quarterback. I feel like they're going to go after Devontae Smith and give Sam Darnold one more shot.
So I think.
And with that, they'll need to go after offensive line help.
You don't think Smith gonna go to Miami? Nah.
I don't think so.
So Miami's gonna grab a quarterback or offensive lineman.
I don't think they're gonna grab a quarterback or offensive lineman. I think they're gonna go defense. I think like that's the one team that I fear is gonna draft that linebacker out of Ohio that I was telling you about. Ohio State has been like on the low key linebacker college.
Okay.
Linebacker DNU.
All right. Segue into another Raider who is being scheduled to be released. Our old pal, Gabe Jackson. Third round, 81st pick overall in the 2014 draft out of Mississippi State. In his first year, played in 13 games with 12 starts. In year two, he played all 16 of 16. 2016, he played another 16 of 16. In 2017, 15 of 15. In 2018, He played in 13 of 13 games, 2019, 11 of 11. And last year, he played in all 16 games. And you're probably wondering, why would the Raiders be considering cutting this guy? Like, durability is not an issue. But when you're going to be 32 years old next year and you're scheduled to make $9,347,000, you become you become expendable. So I think
Cap
that's the only
liability.
reason why. Yeah. So it was time. He played well. He did what he needed to do for us, but we could save that 9 million and spend it elsewhere.
And and also he wasn't injury prone, but he was vastly injured throughout his career. And also he got supplanted by a rookie out of Clemson, John Simpson, that we drafted in the third round.
Yep. So it's just trending in a younger direction. So yeah, that's kind of like that was the last straw. Like rookie come in and take your job. Yeah, you know what's coming next. So um, yeah, man, it's I don't really know what else to say about that. He was durable and kind of got banged up towards the end, and he signed that fat extension back in 2017, 5 years, 55 million, about what 11 million per year. So it broke down to like nine and some change, but yeah. What do you think? What do you think the Raiders should do with that 9 million that they are going to be saving? Releasing Gabe Jackson.
Throw that into the defense.
We should address or not address. We think we should spend half of it on our D line and maybe other half maybe sign the linebacker, or you think we should what point or what portion of the defense should we address first?
I feel like we need to address that front four. We got to get some type of pass rush. We have to build some type of pressure without having to blitz everybody. Like we have some decent pieces, but they have no help, and they're not superstars. We have no legit like problems. Nobody that you have to double team. I feel like our linebacking core is decent. I feel like we can make something happen with our linebacking core. They just have to do too much because our defensive line isn't up to par. Just like that's why our secondary looks so bad.
Yeah. Uh yeah, I agree. We definitely need some better we need some upgrades at the edge position, yeah, and at the D tackle position. Because when that happens, and you spoke to this before, like when we were talking about the Buccaneers defense, their defensive line, it wreak havoc. So the linebackers are able to roam free. And it's just like I feel like it's the opposite with us. Our linebackers are putting into positions where they're not gonna win. You know what I mean? So you matched up against receivers and tight ends, and yeah, so it's not good. So we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully they they're listening to us, and they go ahead and make those upgrades to those positions over the off season or by way of the draft. Next up, got the NFC West Division, man. It's a lot to digest in this division
Mm,
going on in the off season, man. First, we had Matthew Stafford coming on over by
mm.
way of the Detroit Lions. We'll see if that propels the Rams to be NFC West champions this off season. Um, got Seattle, man. They were 12-4. Um, they have a second round pick, a fourth round pick, a fifth, and a sixth round pick. The O line is aging. They could use some more help there. Running back depth. and they can use some receiver depth too. They got, Metcalf seems to be the guy. Seems like the baton is being passed to him. I'm not sure how many years Lockett has left on his deal.
But he's a good compliment.
Good compliment piece. Yeah. David Morris is a free agent, so I don't know if they'll bring him back as the number 3 receiver or whatever.
They have the tight end Hendrickson or Hawkinson.
Hawkinson is on the
line.
Yeah, but both tight ends for the is it Disley? I think is it no.
Will Disley is,
and I know that what's his name is on his name is blanking me right now. Greg Olsen. He was on Seattle last year, but he's a free agent too. So yeah, they need a little bit of help, man. The biggest signing so far to me, but I don't think it's gonna make them into a contender next year, is JJ Watt signing with the Cardinals, man. 2 years, $31 million with $23 million guaranteed. I think if Chandler Jones comes back healthy next year, they could wreak havoc in the NFC West Division. But they finished with 8-8 this year. I can see them going maybe 10-6, getting into the playoffs next year.
I don't know, because that defense, you got to remember, they got Honey Badger. Oh no, do they got Honey Badger? No, they don't got Honey Badger.
On the Chiefs.
Yeah, no, they got Patrick Peterson, and they got
free agent. So
I'm pretty sure they'll bring him back. And isn't Budda Baker there too?
Yeah, he's locked up. You got Budda Baker, you got Chandler Jones, you got you signed Watt.
Isaiah Simmons.
Simmons, yeah, Simmons. Yeah, he came on. Well, he didn't come onto the scene last year, but I want to say the year before. That's kind of when I first heard about him. But yeah,
he's they got some nice pieces over there. I mean, you give Kyler Murray a defense to where he doesn't have to shoot at. It doesn't have to be a shootout. I don't know. That makes it a lot more interesting.
They need to bring back Mark Golden and Devondre Campbell. They're the linebackers. They both for free agents. I think they need to bring both of those guys back too. To sure them.
I think with the addition of JJ Watt, that'll make it that much easier.
So you don't think they need to bring both of them back?
They do. Oh no, I'm saying they do, but I mean, you go from we're gonna run it back with the same defense to we're gonna run it back with JJ Watt, Chandler Jones, and you guys take this bet. Let's go out here and get this. Let's go out here and get this chip. Let's push this. The NFC West is wide open now. The Niners to me, are two bad signings away from being in rebuild.
Yeah, they got some pretty big free agents. And Trent Williams and Solomon Thomas. Solomon Thomas is coming off that. It was an ACL injury, right?
Yep.
So. Kendrick
Bourne, not really a big, and his career hasn't really been that illustrious either for somebody that was drafted by the team.
Yeah, so they got a decent amount of draft capital: the 12th pick, the 43rd, 107th, 155th, 169th, and the 202nd pick, and they have 13.4 million in cap space. So it's not a whole lot of money, but it's some to address certain needs at a discounted price. Because Solomon Thomas, I don't know, I feel like given that he was drafted so high, that he's gonna be worth a lot of money. But he's hurt though, so you think the price for him goes down, or you don't think that really even matters? It's just the fact that where he was drafted.
That stock is, when you don't put out a good season or you don't put out at least some type of body of work, that's negative. That goes against your name. That goes against your stock value. Now it's like, well, how can I sell you? I can't sell you as a stalwart, right tackle or a solid left tackle, or man, this guy, he'll come in and fill a role. I can't sell you because you didn't play.
Yeah.
What, you want to get paid off what you did? Only quarterbacks get paid off what they did, not what they're going and what they're going to do. Everybody else has to prove off what they've done.
Absolutely.
What have you done lately?
Yep.
That's why Von Miller's out on the market. What has Von Miller done lately?
Damn, I forgot about Von Miller, man.
See, exactly. You forgot about him because he hasn't been doing it, and he hasn't been big on the market because, he hasn't had a big season. He hasn't been the sack leader. Now he's old. Now he's washed. Now he's not a fear monger the way that he, was portrayed to be.
Raiders 1 year prove it deal.
Yeah, I'm down. I mean, honestly, we need to bring in every rusher we can. Every rusher we can.
Come on, Mayock, man. You hear
I'm
it
talking
here on Assassin's Bakery, man. Go ahead and reach out to my man Von Miller and give him a 1 year prove it deal. I don't know. Just
Leonard Williams. Go get Leonard Williams.
D tackle, yeah. We should have drafted him when we had the chance to, man.
He said he wanted to be a Raider.
Who did we draft that year?
No, man, I don't even know. It's gonna disappoint me.
I need to look this up right quick. Hold on.
Yeah, man, it's I'm starting to, I don't know if it's Stockholm syndrome with Derek Carr or not, because he had all these great numbers, but he didn't have a defense. But it's like, damn, man, there's guys out there with negative defense that are out here winning games just off of their sheer will and glory.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's not good.
It's not good, my man.
You've been led.
Yeah. So let's see here. Yeah, pretty much covers it as far as the NFC West Division goes. Out of the teams that you still there?
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, your screen is.
I'm trying. I think my Wi-Fi went down.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep, there we go.
Oh.
All right, yeah.
Out of the teams in the NFC West, and based on what we know as far as who was free agents and draft picks, that each team has, which team do you think will be the NFC West winners?
That's interesting because it's really, as wide open as it is, it's very delicate. And there's a lot of people on hot seats. A lot of people. I feel like the only coach in that division that's not on the hot seat is Kingsbury. Just because he's so fresh and new. But yeah, Kingsbury's the only one. Everybody else in that division, Shanahan, Carroll, McVay, they are all on the hot seat. If McVay doesn't pretty much follow through on this Matthew Stafford signing, he's gone.
Yeah, I agree with
It's
you.
over for him. The McVay experiment is over.
Yeah,
I
especially
mean, you literally. Okay, go ahead.
I was gonna say, especially since they made it to the big dance and they didn't win it, and then not going, and then going this past season and then getting knocked out. So it's just like they're making that trade. So it's like, yeah, you got to win it now. If you don't win it, then this is it for you.
You have the veteran quarterback. You're supposed to be the offensive mind. I mean, I put together a top 5 defense for you. If you can't win it, buddy, you're not the guy.
Man, looking at part of me wants to say the Cardinals will come out on top, but I can't I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna go with Seattle, man. I feel like they're gonna make the adjustments that they need to make. And they got a great quarterback, Hall of Famer, Russell Wilson, man. The defense ain't what it used to be, but I think they're in a better position than the other teams in their conference. I think the
True.
Cardinals are right on them though.
Yeah, the Cardinals. The Cardinals are, I feel like, are just experience away. Kyler Murray understanding the NFL is the only thing that the Cardinals really are missing. They have every component. I would say they would want to upgrade in the running back room
Yeah, because Kenyon
and
Drake,
maybe add some more often and maybe bolster the offensive line. But I mean, everywhere else they're pretty solid.
all right, man. So we're gonna segue into our last topic here, man. Our Golden State Warriors, man, currently stand at 19. And I want to say 17. I know they lost last night to the Blazers. They playing Phoenix tonight, but they're without Oubre. They're without Curry.
And they lost.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they lost. Yeah, but I didn't want to throw it out there. But I guess to
They
say
did.
we are 19 and 18.
It is what it is. Rip the Band-Aid off. Rip the Band-Aid off. We're finally back to great Warriors basketball. This shit is it. This shit is fun. It's fun now. Now it's interesting. Not just going around kicking everybody's butt every week. We actually have controversy. We actually have, are they going to make the playoffs? I love it. So much fun.
Came back down to earth, man. Finally, I don't know.
It was a graceful descent.
Different plan for about 5 years. But we finally resurfaced here. We're battling through a litany of injuries. Steph is being the focal point. Um, Other guys are still trying to adjust to playing with him. I think that's kind of why Wiggins hasn't really taken that step into being the number 2 this season. Because I feel like he's trying to learn how to play with them, opposed to going out there and getting his and playing off, allowing the others to play off of him. So I like what Oubre's been doing, man, on the defensive end. Offensively, his game is starting to come along. I like the fact that when his shot is not, falling, he attacks. He finds other ways to be effective. And so at first, man, I'm not even going to lie. I was thinking, man, you know what? We need to go ahead and trade Oubre, keep Wiggins. And then next season, we could end up bringing or we could start Wiggins next year and have Clay in there, and then use, I don't know what we would have gotten if we would have traded Oubre, maybe a burst or something, and had a role player or something come off the bench. But now that I've seen that, his numbers or his offense is starting to get to, it's not what it was last year in Phoenix, but it's getting close to it. So I look at him as another valuable piece in this this second run that we're getting ready to put together next season when we get a healthy Clay back.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you there. I like the collection of talent that we have. I feel like if we can get, if we can get that 4th pick from Minnesota and add a nice little young wing player, solid, matured, NBA ready wing player. Because I'm sorry, I have to say it. And you, I mean, me and you, we had conversations about this before the draft. I was not about drafting Wiseman, and I feel like I'm starting to be a little bit justified by that. The guy is, not to say that, he's a bust or, he's a bad player. I mean, you have to take into account he's 19 years old and he only had 3 games of college experience. He's playing against grown men. He's going to face a steep learning curve. He's not going to do what the other guys have done because, I mean, LaMelo Ball has played overseas since he was 15 years old. And Halliburton is actually no, what oh my gosh, what's my guy up there in Minnesota? Is it Halliburton?
No, Halliburton plays for the King. You're thinking about Anthony
King.
Edwards. That's who you wanted the Warriors to draft, Edwards?
And
Breaking up. Oh, breaking up, dog. You there?
Oh damn. You
Oh,
good?
yeah, okay.
Yep. Are you there? You can hear me?
Yeah, I didn't hear anything you had just said. You were saying something I was Anthony Edwards from the Timberwolves. That's who you were thinking about.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards. But no, I wanted the Warriors. I heard what you said when you're like I didn't want the Warriors to draft Anthony Edwards. I wanted the Warriors to draft Melo Ball.
Oh yeah,
But it's been a better fit, especially since you're already starting Looney and you had Marquise Chris off the bench. You could have signed another big man or went after a big man in free agency, somebody already made, which you can give limited things. Now you're kind of stunning James Wiseman's growth, giving him the JaVale McGee role, because JaVale McGee was a player that needed to be maintained like that. You've done that kind of template with your big man. But it's like this is a superstar. This guy, like, you draft him in the first round. He has to be a focal point. He has to be out there. He has to be affecting the game. It's like having Joel Embiid and not playing him. I mean, I'd rather, hey, look, you're gonna go out there, you're gonna get hurt, and you're gonna have to work on your body and figure out the rigors of the NBA. Figure that out. But I mean, get your minutes. It's not like we're going for a chip this year. Shit, Clay's not here. We're not at full capacity. Shit, like Eric Pascal needed this season to be where he's going to be next year, because next year he's going to be a complete monster, and nobody's going to be able to stop him off the bench. The guy is scoring against big men, actual 7-footers, big guys going up cleaning glass. His game is only going to elevate. Damian Lee. Think about the progress Damian Lee. Like, if you look at it, this season is like, to me, is very reminiscent of the season right before the war, the strength and number. When they added all those pieces, when they added Barbosa, and they added Mo Space, and they added the depth off the bench. They added Iggy. I mean, they had a young Draymond. Look, it could be Pascal, could be young Draymond. You have Barbosa and Poole. You have Spates and Chris or Looney. And you actually have a prolific big man to pair along with your veteran backcourt, and alongside with your veteran forward. Man, you're crazy. That's the chip. That's the makings for the chip. You have too much depth.
Yep.
And then you pair that with a young, already NBA made ready player at the number 4 pick. Come on.
But I think LaMelo Ball probably was high on Bob Myers and Joe Lacob's draft board, but he's kind of a liability on defense, man. I think that's something that Wiseman brings for us, the ability to defend and block shots. And Yeah, right now his offensive
Mm,
game is not really being utilized fully because I feel like offensively he's better than any of the centers like we've ever had. Like not in Warriors history total, but recent Warriors. Um,
yeah. He is the best big man, but at the same token, it's kind of flipped because he's giving you offensive production, but defensively, he's looking like a deer in headlights out there.
I mean,
He doesn't know how to he doesn't really know how to properly switch on a double team. He's always, like, to me when I watch him, he's always out of place. He's always out of place on the pick and roll defense. He's always out of place on his rotations. Like it's those things that I feel like are keeping him off of the floor offensively. I mean, he's putting up 12 and 6. He's averaging double digits.
yeah.
But he's just not. He's just not. His fineness is very, very low. When he's on the court, it's like a negative play when he's on the court.
Yeah, he does block some shots though.
He, I mean, as he should.
Breaking up. You there?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but it's like your screen is.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're frozen. I hear you, but you're frozen.
Damn.
All right. There we go. You gotta turn your mic on. Mic's on. There you go.
All right, yeah. All right.
You freeze again? Okay, I thought you got froze again.
Yeah, we good.
Nah, but what was I saying? Oh, I was saying that he blocks shots, but yeah, the angles that he takes aren't always the best. That's why he got Draymond in his ear, bro. I feel like over time, the angles that he takes will be a lot better. He'll be in better position to make more plays on the defensive end. So it's more of a learning year for him this year, man. I think next year we're gonna really see more Wiseman.
Yeah, he's gonna take a leap. I just feel like it's more of a gamble. Everybody's year two is gonna be. I feel like out of everybody's year two, he's gonna have the highest jump. But as far as rookie of the year, I don't know. I think he's getting dusted by LaMelo.
Yeah, Melo got him for sure. Crazy.
Never lost.
He wasn't even starting to begin the season. He recently was named the starter, so taking full advantage of that opportunity. You can't count on Anthony Edwards, man. He's been doing this thing up there too in Minnesota. So
that Dirk was savage.
He's been catching a lot of bodies this year, man.
Body that.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, I really believe that everybody this season needs to take a step forward for the Dubs. I don't think that they should trade for anybody. I think they need to get healthy, come back, add another draft on top of this. Maybe bring in a backup point guard, legit backup point guard. Somebody who, because Wanamaker is not it.
That's why I think our boy Nico Mannion, man, he got the start tonight over Whataburger. He got the start over him. Whataburger, yeah. So
Whataburger.
I think that's a sign, man. Foreshadowing into the future, man. So do you think that the Warriors giving Nico Mannion the start tonight, and this is the last game before the end of the first half of the season, do you think that eventually Wanamaker gets waived, maybe somehow, some part in the second half of the season. Mannion gets more minutes.
There's the trade deadline. I feel like they might try to shop him. Trying to see if we can get something for him, give him some wing depth.
Possibility.
I mean, there's also Bradley Beal that's still out there. Drummond's still out there. I mean, there's some guys we can go after.
It's $28 million, man. I just don't think the Warriors are trying to absorb that kind of contract. Not right now.
But I mean, you got to think about it though. How long is this window going to be open for the Dubs?
They got at least another 3 to 4 years.
Barring catastrophic injury. We just seen our first catastrophic injury 2 years back to back.
Yeah. A lot of that, honestly, that contributes to that wear and tear, man. 5 years of 100 games plus, yeah, that'll break anybody down.
Oh yeah. Travel. Yeah.
Dynasty ain't over, folks. That's what a lot of people think.
Oh no,
it's over for you guys. No, it's not, man.
It's gonna keep rolling.
Yeah, best back
just reeing up
in NBA history. I dare you to name another backcourt that's better.
There isn't one. You can't. Blasphemy.
Yeah. All right, my good brother. Anything else you want to add?
Oh man, I feel like this was therapeutic, man. I got everything off my sports chest.
Likewise, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this episode of the Assassin's Bakery podcast. It's your boy, JG, the Quiet Assassin. My little brother, my little big brother, Frenchie the Bread.
Always. You know it, man. Roasted, always toasted. Brown on both sides.
Oh, yeah. Until then, keep living.
Mm-hmm.